phone, son. Whatever bank you visit, answer your phone, son.
Hi, welcome to Live with Barb and Ray.
I'm Barb.
And I'm Ray. We're back.
We're back.
We are excited to be back.
I'm so excited. It's been 3 months since I've been here.
I know. I almost got lost on my way over here.
We took a little, summer hiatus because we had some busy summers. Yeah. So what were you up to? Because I know you were traveling all over the U.S.
Motorhoming. And we went to
motorhoming. RV. It's RVing.
RVing, but I like motorhoming.
Yeah. Where'd you go?
We went, where we go on the motorhome? San Diego. We stay local. We're going to Cattail Cove and Havasu this weekend.
I love Cattail Cove.
Yeah?
Yeah. Harold's family used to have a house there.
Oh, cool.
In Havasu, yeah. So I've been to Cattail Cove many times.
115 degrees
Have
it's
fun.
supposed to be this weekend.
Thank you. I went to Europe. I went to Paris and London, yes. And then I dropped my baby girl off at college.
I cried.
Did you cry for me?
No, your post actually kind of made me sad thinking when my kids go to college and like the separation anxiety I'm going to have.
Separation anxiety and empty nest syndrome. I mean, it sounds cool, but it's pretty darn quiet in my house. But
you guys are running around naked.
Ray!
Just kidding. All right.
Okay, let's get to business because clearly he's a little off the Richter scale today. So where do you want to start? We have so much to talk about because a lot has happened over the summer.
Lots to talk about. We're going to talk really fast so we can fit as much as we can into this episode.
Well,
so
I mean, people can just watch because we're entertaining. I mean, so let's get started. So first thing I want to talk about. Thank you, National Association of Realtors. So if you've been sleeping under a rock, you may have, which Ray actually has been.
Yeah, I had heard about it.
You just hadn't done research on it. Yeah. So if you haven't heard, FHA announced, or the government announced, that they are essentially restructuring FHA rules to allow for more condos to get FHA approved.
Cool.
Which is huge. So currently, as you and I both know, and hopefully our audience knows, if a building is not FHA approved, you cannot do an FHA loan on anywhere in the building. Mm. Well, that can cause a lot of problems, and it's very difficult and can take time to get a whole building approved. So
it does cause lots of problems.
It does cause lots of problems.
We've all been there. I think we've all been there.
It ultimately hurts the value of the rest of the units in the building if FHA buyers are kept away from that building.
Yeah.
And so FHA is now going to allow what's called spot approvals on individual units, which is huge. Mm-hmm. Huge. And the other thing they're going to allow that we didn't talk about earlier is up to, I believe, 50% now non-owner occupancy.
Oh,
which I believe really it used to be 30 or 35 or something like that. So that's going to be huge as well because a lot of these buildings have a lot of renter units. And why should an FHA condo buyer be held away from that building just because of that?
Yep.
So I think what I want to express to our members is...
those numbers. We got it.
Well, the numbers. So NAR put out that there's 8.7 million condos nationwide. And last year, only 17,792 FHA loans, new loans.
That's a
staggering difference.
Probably less than 1%.
Absolutely
crazy.
It is. It's crazy. So
way less than 1%.
If you wonder what NAR does for you, NAR was a huge part of this. The Federal Finance Committee at NAR has been working on this for years. And they finally got it through.
Good job, NAR.
Thank you, NAR. And you realtor members out there should be thanking NAR as well because we were a huge part of that.
Yeah. And they're doing whatever they can to help realtor business thrive.
And tell your clients. Share that with your clients. Share with your clients what your realtor association is doing on behalf of consumers and homeowners and home buyers. Yeah.
Next up, MLS Touch. I don't know how many of you guys use MLS Touch. If you're
Great.
not, you should. It's free. Most other associations, and this comes down to a PWR thing. Mm-hmm. If you were a member of a different association locally, it could be
you may not have it.
You might not have it. And so PWR members, and it would be $10 a month.
Yeah.
So that's
$120 a year.
So if you're not using MLS Touch, go in, download it. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much easy. It's simple.
It's very simple. It's my favorite one.
Yeah.
But what I love is it now connects to Matrix, which is huge. So if you haven't gone in there and done the Matrix integration, you heard it first on the Live with Barb and Ray show.
Yep.
You should go in there and connect it because what's happening is now when you set clients up on Matrix, they will show up in MLS Touch. You can share the app with them, and then you can open up your app and easily see their favorites, their possibilities, and their searches. I am so excited. This has been awesome
nice
for us.
You're out on the road and you need the MLS showing instructions, and
it's all there. You can text the agent from the app. You can connect to showing time if that's how the agent agent has their showing set up. It's a really, you can pull comparables if you're in a listing with someone showing it and they kind of want to know the value in the area. Maybe you're not as up to date on the numbers on the street. You can pull it up. It's
and
fantastic.
You can share the link. You can customize it and share the link with your client, and then your client downloads it, and then you can communicate through it too. Because I think Realtor.com and a lot of those have tried it, but do we really want to be sending our clients to that stuff? No.
And the other thing I love is the name, MLS Touch. Your clients really get the concept that this is the MLS, which, as you know, is ours, not ours, but it's not something that is a portal. It's our system. So, so Stephanie and I went to Inman. You missed Inman this year.
What did I do? Oh, I was in Walt Disney World that time.
You forgot. You went to see the mouse.
We went to Walt Disney World. I thought it'd be miserable. It was a lot of fun.
Was it fun?
Because a 3-year-old, I potty trained a 3-year-old at Disney World. Can you believe that? Like,
you deserve an award, Dad of the Year award. Anyways, back to Inman.
Sorry.
So Inman is a national platform for kind of all things real estate. Some people have a love-hate relationship with Inman, and we understand that. The reason the association goes is to stay up on top of trends and new products and things that we can bring back to you, our members. So, Tom, kind of your experience at Inman in the past. What do you see and hear? And then I'll tell you what I heard.
The last couple years at Inman has always been robots are going to take over. AI, the iBuyers were starting to be bigger, and it was just, it almost felt like they were trying to scare it was always trying to scare realtors into like, you better change, you better do this, you better do that. And we should be changing. I'm not saying we shouldn't be adapting and changing and
but we're not going to be extinct.
With the times. Yes, we are not going to be extinct.
So this year at Inman, the good news is robots are not taking over the world. There's no more robots conversation. Yeah, no one's talking about robots anymore. No one's really talking about AI anymore. And normally what I've gone to Inman now about 5 years in a row. And what I've always seen is they're talking about things that come 3 to 4 years down the road. The good news is this year, well, you can call it good news or bad news, all the conversation was iBuyers. iBuyer. And I think we should tell our members what an iBuyer is, because I've been sharing this with a few other realtor friends and they don't know what iBuyers are. I think people think it's not going to hit Southern California. Well, guys,
it's here.
It's
not.
So iBuyers are essentially investor buyer. It's simply a consumer going online, putting in their address and getting an immediate cash offer on their home, close quickly, no showings. They phrase it as no staging, no prepping your home for sale. Don't deal with people coming through your home. Don't deal with open houses. We'll make it smooth, easy, and we'll get you cash on your home.
You know what the best comparison is to really explaining this? Is you're driving down the road and you see those little signs that say, "I'll buy your house all cash."
Yeah, that's what it is.
Those people figured out how to be on social media.
Exactly.
That's exactly it.
And so if you don't think that your clients are seeing this or it isn't in Southern California, just go on Facebook. If it's in my Facebook feed every day and it's in Ray's Facebook feed every day, and these are identified as all different companies, and guys, this is just a new model. It's just a new way to buy and sell real estate. Our advice is get educated on it. Do some research. Look up iBuyers. Go to some of the companies and put your own address in. See what kind of number you get. I just did it on my home, and it was quite frightening. And I think what I take back from that is now I can educate my clients as to what fees are involved. What's the percentage of an offer you're going to get, and then put it side by side to what you're going to do for them.
Yeah.
What are you going to try to do to obtain market value? What are what's the net they're going to come out on their property, and put those side by side. Because I truly believe if you put them side by side, consumers in Southern California are going to choose to probably go with you.
Yeah, it's amazing. It comes down to a convenience factor.
It's a convenience
for people,
factor.
But they are taking huge hits.
Huge hits
to do it.
And here's I have become good friends with a gentleman named Bill Lublin, who is a very well-known realtor in the Philadelphia area. Speaks a lot at NAR. Very smart guy. If you don't know him, follow him. And he said to me when we were at Inman and we were having this conversation, he said, Barb, what I'm saying to my clients is, I just don't think if I was selling my home, I could leave that much money on the table. And I was like, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good, right?
Yep.
You're basically saying that I just don't think I could take that risk. It's just not a few dollars. It's a lot of dollars for a convenience factor.
Yeah.
And so just get educated, because it's here, and it's also happening in other ways. So next on to our next topic.
Pro standards and
No, Zillow.
Oh, Zillow.
You skipped
I
a card.
skipped
You skipped a whole entire
whole
card,
lot.
right?
So this was from Inman, and we're always talking about Zillow. I see ads coming through Facebook and Instagram saying Zillow's taking over the world. Watch out, they're going to get their broker's license.
Yep.
It's definitely something where everybody
Aware of.
monitoring and watching, but they're not taking over the world. So
No,
tell
they're
us
not.
what you learned at Inman.
In fact, what I'm seeing is, and I've seen it on my own home, is again, this information's at your fingertips. Go put in your address on Zillow and pull up a Zestimate, and then look at the Zestimate history. Because there's actually a history. It'll tell you what your Zestimate was today and 3 months ago and 6 months ago. It's dropping, guys, significantly. And why do you think it's dropping?
So they can buy your house.
Because they're in the iBuyer market. Ghislaine just went, So, okay, true story. We're very close to one of our preferred lenders who does a lot of refinances for our clients. When our clients when she needs to know if she can even do the refinance, because she won't put them through an appraisal process and make them pay all this money if the numbers won't work, right? If they need a certain value. So she'll call us and say, hey, Ray and Krista are considering refinancing. What do you think we could get conservatively on an appraisal? And we'll pull up the numbers because we know their home, and we do this as a service to our clients, and we'll pull up the numbers and we'll tell the lender, this is what we think they could get. She called us the other day and said that one of our clients had called her and said they had spoken to my husband, and my husband had said that they could get, I think it was 720 to 725 conservatively as an appraisal on their home. She said, but Barb, why does Zillow say like 675? Why are you so far off? Well, that's when my husband explained to her what we're seeing and hearing of these kind of compressed conservative values. And we, they're in the buying of the homes market. So just educate yourself. That's what we're here to tell you is we're practicing realtors. That's what we love about doing this is we're just bringing real life experiences to you. Just educate yourself so that when you're on that listing appointment, you're not learning about it on the listing appointment. Do you know how embarrassing that is?
Yeah.
It's happened to me before. I think it's happened to you before. Like it's happened to all of us. Don't learn on the appointment. So, the other thing I want to chat about today is, I don't know if you know, but I kind of feel a shift, a little bit of a brewing coming.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something really great earlier about our political climate for the next 18 months.
Well, last year.
Last year.
Last year, I don't know, I'm sure you guys remember. Last year, I would say October, November, the market died. Like just
got sick.
went to where what was going on. It was definitely something weird. But then it just kind of picked back up. So it was this weird thing. I think somebody mentioned this to me yesterday and kind of light bulb went off. We are going to be in the next 18 months in a political climate that is going to be crazy. And what's going to happen is the media is going to go on and make it sound like our economy is just going downhill.
Because that's what they're going to fight over.
Yeah. So it's going to be in the tank and things are just going to go down. So what is the average buyer and seller going to see? Our economy is going to, what? And which it isn't, but this is going to be fabricated by the media. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Fake news. Hashtag fake news.
Totally the fake news. And what's that going to do to the real estate market? We don't really know, but obviously it's going to head in the direction of people saying, whoa, I'm not doing anything until this is all done. And then that kind of happened on before Trump got elected before. Don't want to name drop, but before he got elected last time, it was a weird market for that year
and it's gonna be again.
heading into it.
So, I made a phone call to a few top brokers in our association because I kind of wanted to get their feedback of, what are you telling your agents to prepare them for this? Or what's going on right now? And what are you seeing that we can help educate our members as to what they need to research and be prepared and have, answers to when clients come with these pushbacks. And I spoke to Judy Sharp, who's a great broker in our Long Beach area, and she said that what she's seeing is agents aren't really understanding how to deal with buyers coming back and asking for huge credits because they feel like I paid full price for the home. You should fix every single thing in the property. And the sellers are going, wait a minute. And the other thing she said is, sellers are getting really nervous after 30 days. And you do a ton of listings. And you said you're feeling this too.
Yeah.
And expect us to do something about it. And it's not a price reduction.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What are you doing about it? Well, I've done everything I know how to do. We're just not driving the traffic that we should be getting to the house. So we have to adapt. That's what we should always be doing is adapting to the market. And I see the same exactly what she explained to you, these requests from buyers that are coming in that you're just like, whoa, 3 pages of stuff you want fixed? This
$20,000, $30,000.
This isn't how it works.
Yeah.
So just be prepared.
Be prepared, be educated. And the thing I love about the notes that she gave me, or the ideas she gave me, is these are things that you can prepare your seller for before they get, hey, this is what we're seeing buyers do right now, which is why I've always been a proponent of, in my personal business and my team and my company, is I believe that agents should do both sides. I mean, not both sides of the same transaction, not double ending everything, but you should work with buyers and sellers. Because I don't believe you can be an excellent listing agent if you don't understand what buyers are going through in this market.
Yeah.
Likewise, I don't think you can counsel buyers great if you don't understand what sellers are thinking at the table. And so I'm not saying you have to do like 50-50, but you should be involved with a few buyers and a few sellers, depending on which way you lean, so that you understand and can answer these questions and adapt.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, pro standards.
Yes. We always stop by Lori's office on our way to film this, and she told us some things today.
Yeah, tons. So you start, because you wrote it, and I can't read your writing all the time.
I have very neat writing, Ray, I'll tell you, okay? So she's just said that she's getting tons of calls from buyers agents, or agents that are working with buyers, who are losing buyers to another agent. And they're ending the conversation. They're ending the conversation with her with, "We used to be friends."
Where's your value proposition? First of all, that's the first thing I think in this whole thing.
I agree.
And protect yourself. There's agreements for these kind of situations.
There is documents on CAR, zip forms that protect you from these things. Yep. Use them. John's done great rants about them.
Don't talk about John.
I know. You guys, come on. You got to help us out here. John did a live, and he just thinks that guess what? He was mad that he didn't have his own coffee cup. So guess what John is getting? John's getting his own coffee mug.
He's just a copycat.
Yeah, so all of you
copycat.
go on and tell John, "Oh, you wanted to be like Barb and Ray with your coffee mug." Anyways, I digress. Back to procuring cause. So understand procuring cause. Read up on it. Make sure you understand how you could possibly lose a client to another agent and not be able to collect a commission. How you might accidentally take another client who had some kind of agreement or enough history with another agent, and make sure always that you understand the code of ethics and what we can and can't do. And I'm not saying that every buyer out there isn't fair game depending on their situations. There's been many buyers who have come to me and work with me and were working with another agent they were dissatisfied with, had no agreement in place, hadn't even really seen any houses with them. It happens.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're protecting yourself when you're working with buyers. And then if you do get a buyer that comes to you and says that they have been working with another agent, ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Call the other agent. Make sure you're just not doing something that's going to get you into an ethics issue or, God forbid, arbitration and lose your commission.
I'm going to give a tip that I give agents when they ask me how I've been successful. And when I first started, it was all buyers. My first year was 25 buy sides.
Wow.
And so my tip to everybody out there is make sure your buyer understands how real estate works and how you are getting paid for this transaction. Because a lot of them just think we're salaried and we're getting hourly from our broker, and obviously that's not the case. So I used to have a pretty good script where when I would meet with the buyer for the first time, I would actually say, do you know how real estate works? No, I don't. And I would explain to them, I only get paid if you buy a house. With that being said, I want to make sure that you are on my team, that I am your agent to help you with everything you're going to do. Because if I show you houses for 3 weeks and then you go buy a house with somebody else, I got nothing. My broker's not paying me. I'm not hourly. I don't get benefits. I am here helping you to get paid when you buy the house. And then also explain to them, you're not going to pay me, by the way. The seller is going to pay me. So I'm working for you, and there's nothing that it's going to cost you. I'm here to help you. I'm on your side.
I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think I've ever really explained to a client how we get compensated.
They don't understand.
Sellers obviously understand because they sign a contract with us, but that's good stuff, Ray. That's like a drop the mic moment to our upcoming events. We don't have a mic, but you drop your pen. Okay. September 9th. I'm plugging this one because I am doing a residential purchase agreement, otherwise known as the RPA class, with John Giardinelli. And he does this with another broker in the Inland Empire where he John will tell you he can teach a great RPA class, but it's all from an attorney's perspective. It's all explaining to you what the contract says and what it means, which is great. But how do you actually apply that in the field? How do you actually explain to your client, lender credits And if you exceed your closing cost credits past the lender amount the buyer's paying in closing costs, buyer loses the credits. Like, how do you deal with that in the field?
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that. So that's September 9th. September 12th is Brown Bag Open Mic with John G. That's our little legal bring your lunch. It's not you're going to get a brown bag, guys. It's you bring your brown bag, just to clarify.
These I don't want to say sell out because...
They do. They fill up.
Fill
because
up.
They're free.
Yeah.
So there's a morning and afternoon now, hence I don't even know why we call it Brown Bag anymore. We probably should rename it. But October 11th, you want to talk about Charity Foundation?
October 11th, we are having our Beer and Wine Festival here at the association. Tons of fun.
Yeah.
If
And it's
you've never
country
been,
themed this year.
like, remember how we say we wanted to shake
Yeah,
everybody?
you
Show
should.
up to this. This is a ton of fun. It's here at the association. I would highly recommend Uber.
Yes.
Just because
Have
most
fun.
of us live locally. Get an Uber. Get here. Make friends, talk to there are tents set up and booths and vendors. Nobody's high pressure.
No,
Go talk
no,
to
not at all.
every booth they'll have a bottle of wine or beer and they're covered. So you can't see what they are.
Yeah.
So you're actually supposed to go to each booth and they'll pour you whatever they have.
There's great
and then
auction
at the end of the
items
night
and-
you get a card and you vote on who had the best wine and who had the best food, and it's really a lot of fun.
It's so fun. And all proceeds benefit our charity foundation, which give first-time homebuyer grants and help our men and women in uniform. So it's a great charity that you're supporting on the back end. And then two more quick ones. September 24th and 25th, CAR Reimagine at LA Live. Completely free. You can also sign up for some they're calling them master classes, but essentially the event is free. 2 full days of education, expo, everything. It's awesome.
And that's our CAR meetings.
And it's our CAR meetings where we will be doing good work. And then October 22nd is our legal update all member meeting in Long Beach at the Airport Marriott. We will always have John G and some other great speakers. And that's always a good one because you're going to hear about what's coming for 2020. So we talked a lot today. We're at 23 minutes.
Oh,
but
that's not even that long.
We're pretty good.
Yeah, we talked faster than
We talked faster. So
I think that's it.
that's it. So
Thanks for tuning in and stay classy out there, PWR.
bye.
Bye.
Day after it's listed. Get you a loan, son. Whatever bank you visit, answer your phone, son.